WQFS, Greensboro.
The Splendid Turntable.
Love and happiness, yeah, something that can make you do wrong.
It's the Splendid Turntable on WQFS, your only alternative at 90.9 FM and streaming worldwide. Good morning. I'm Chip Studebaker. It's a beautiful Thursday after a very soggy Wednesday. We've got 38 degrees in Greensboro on the Guilford College campus, and it'll be mostly sunny today. High only about 49 degrees, but that's fairly typical for this time of year. Clear skies tonight, about 27 for an overnight low, and then again sunny on Friday with a high of about 47 degrees. The Splendid Turntable is pulling you into the sound and spirit of the album rock radio format that ruled the airwaves in the 60s and 70s when turntables were king. Music you just don't get to hear on the radio anymore, plus the best blues, alternative, and indie music being made today. To quote DJ Scott, it's a privilege and honor to be here, and I'm excited to share that the Splendid Turntable has been picked up for the spring semester, and this is now our regularly scheduled time slot, Thursdays from 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We just heard Alabama Getaway from the Grateful Dead from their album Go to Heaven. Wikipedia calls that song lyrically obtuse, whatever that means. There's a Mountain from Donovan was before that from his 1967 album Mellow Yellow. And that was the inspiration for Mountain Jam by the Allman Brothers from their Eat a Peach album. And speaking of the Allman Brothers, we started off with a track for their first album from back in 1969, Dreams. Well, coming up in today's Splendid Turntable, we've got more fun music and themes lined up for you, like 50 and 23. There's a lot of pivotal albums turning 50 this year, and we're going to hear several tracks this morning from albums released in 1973. We'll also have another edition of Let It Be. Not B as in Let It Be, the Beatles song, but B-sides of hit singles that just might even be better than the A-side. And a little later this hour, we're going to also have another edition of Music World, a look at what's happening in the world of music. But first, let's do some Carolina in My Mind, music by artists from right here in North Carolina. And we're going to start in 1978 with a song from Nantucket's first album. You're tuned into the Splendid Turntable in WQFS, your only alternative at 90.9 FM and streaming worldwide. And that wraps up our Carolina in My Mind set. That was Point to Point from the John Stickley Trio from their album Lost at Last, which they released independently in 2015. John Stickley was born in Durham, and the band's hometown is Asheville, North Carolina. Every Word Means No before that from Let's Active, formed in Winston-Salem in 1981 by Mitch Easter, who's also known for his producing skills with REM and others. And last I heard, he still has a recording studio in Kernersville. Born in the Honky Tonk from Nantucket before that. That started off the Carolina in My Mind set. Nantucket started out as a cover band in 1969 in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and everybody around here was pretty excited when they released their first album on Epic Records in 1978. After that, they saw a lot of action for a while. They had opportunities to open for Kiss, Styx, Boston, Mother's Finest, Journey, and the Doobie Brothers, and they were inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame in 2012. Well, it was a tough road loss last night for the Guilford College men's basketball team. They faced Hampton-Sydney in an Old Dominion Athletic Conference matchup. But they did lose that game. The final score, 64-57. And Quakers they are still ranked, at least as of last night, ranked 14th. The Tigers ranked 25th. And the men's team is now 15-4 overall and 8-2 in conference play, so not too shabby whatsoever. The women's basketball team survived a battle with Hollins University last night as well. The final score there was 72-57. Hollins had a fast start, but the Quakers battled back for that victory. And the women's team is now 16-3 overall and 9-3 in conference play. The women will be hosting Randolph College on Saturday. The men host Mennonite University on Saturday. The women start at 2 o'clock and the men at 4:30 right here on the Guilford College campus. We got some more music coming for you right after these words.
What's that? A cicada.
The Guilford College Counseling Center. Care for yourself.
We got another edition of Music World coming up on WQFS very shortly. Look at what's happening in the world of music. So stick around to find out who's got a star-studded concert coming up for his 90th birthday, among other music headlines. Newish music here from High Viz on WQFS. Listening to the Splendid Turntable on WQFS with Chip Studebaker, giving you some of the album rock music that you just don't get to hear on the radio much anymore, along with some of the best music, indie, and alternative music being made today. Now, just so you know, the Splendid Turntable is not affiliated with a certain public radio program with a similar name. That said, this program does focus on the culture, the history, and the backstories, and the deeper meanings that come together every time people sit down to enjoy music. We just heard Love and Happiness from Al Green from his album I'm Still in Love with You. Before that, the Marshall Tucker Band, Change Is Gonna Come, from their 7th studio album, Together Forever, released in 1978. And we started that set off with The Other Side of Midnight from David Crosby from his final release before his death last week. It was called For Free, and it was released in 2021. Word on the street is that he was working on a new album right up until the day he died. It's not clear how much he may or may not have recorded, but I guess there's a chance that we could be hearing new David Crosby music sometime. We got 36 degrees on the Guilford College campus here in Greensboro. It's going to be a mostly sunny day with a high of 48 degrees. And we'll have a sunrise in about 20 minutes here in the Eastern Time Zone. Clear skies, 27 degrees for a low overnight tonight. And then Friday, another beautiful sunny day with a high of 47 degrees. And welcome to Hour 2 of the Splendid Turntable. Let's dig into some more 50 and 23. Got 3 songs here from 3 albums that are turning 50 years old, released in 1973. Let's do this.